Of course, the John Battle Symphonic Band, and they've been very busy this fall. At some point, all of them, by the time they got to the concert here, we played for 30,000 plus folks between marching contests that they go to, parades, the ball games, other performances, and we're busy. They are the ambassadors for our community. We don't have anyone call up and say, hey, our business is opening. Could the English class or the math class come and help us? They'll sit, do problems or read books and have some fanfare with that. And that might be idea if it's a bookstore, but we get tons of calls. And so we're trying to protect the amount of time that we put out there. For one weekend alone, the first weekend in November, we had 6 invitations in that one weekend. And we took care of one. We just can't do all the invitations that folks ask us to do, but very proud of these students. They've done a great job. I want to speak just a moment. I know you saw it in the program, but for the double reed choir, that is extremely hard what they're doing. The pitches and the partials and the read, and sometimes it speaks, and sometimes what they're doing is very difficult. And so they did a great job. We also have a new adjunct staff member that you saw conducting them. She replaces Mrs. Jones, who retired after last year, and that's Miss Romanoff. So give her a welcome. And very good. So the first selection we're going to play is not a big fanfare, but it's sort of into that. It's one of my favorite Christmas selections, "O Holy Night." And this is, of course, the band arrangement. If you've never listened to the text or whatever, there are several great groups out there that the text can be heard. One of my favorites is the Three Tenors singing it, and they sing it in Italian. But it's beautiful. So we hope you enjoy O Holy Night. Okay, we're going to lighten things up just a little bit with a brand new arrangement that is out. Mary's Little Boy Child, arranged by Larry Kirshner. Larry's a gifted arranger, and so this is quite a different take on it, sort of a calypso feel. So if you're feeling cold outside, listen to this and just pretend you're in the Bahamas and enjoying Christmas music there. So have you ever thought about Christmas in Hawaii? I mean, it snows up in some parts of it, but if you're down on the beach, then Malakamiki, Maka, right? So here we go. I wanted to just take a moment to thank you as parents for your support. It takes a lot. I have always said education is a three-legged stool. It takes the teacher, it takes the student, and then it takes the parents at home, whether that be a grandparent, aunt, or whoever is raising that child. And working together, then we have great successes. And as we told the students, we will, they might miss a note here or there, things that hopefully they know it, but you didn't notice it. And so, but that's okay. They're making music, and that's part of it in that creative process. But they have grown tremendously. As we enter this season of Christmas, I want you to remember our students, remember our faculty. Some of them are getting ready to take SOLs, and so there's might be some stresses there and some different things. But just remember us in a positive way, if you would. And you may think, well, what can I do? Well, the biggest thing you can do is just have those positive thoughts or prayers that you would have for us. That is what we need the most. We have a lot going on. There is a lot behind the scenes here. And we are still coming out of COVID. Everybody sort of forgot that and think it's still normal. A lot of them haven't done some things and they missed some of those growth moments and things. So we're working on that with them. So just be mindful of that. And our motto as we went into this semester with the high school students was be kind, be caring, be flexible, and what did we miss? Compassion. Be compassionate. There is so much hurt in the world. There's so much bad news. All you have to do is turn it on for about 5 seconds. That's about all I can stand, and I have to turn it back off. There's enough negative in the world. And as I'm trying to teach them and Mr. Turner collectively, we teach a lot of notes. We teach a lot more behind the notes that are on the page. We try and teach them to be those 4 things. We're trying to teach them to be good citizens, to be on time, to be caring, and all of those other things. We have great support. I saw Mr. Davis, our assistant principal, new assistant principal for the high school. He was out in the hallway and sort of watching from back there. We have Ms. Nichols here, one of our school board members. I don't know if Mr. Brooks made it today or not. Is Mr. Brooks here? Wave at us, Mr. Brooks, if you're there. Somewhere in the back, I thought I saw him. Somebody's pointing. I don't know. So, Mr. Brooks, thank you for all that you always do for us. And Mr. Lambert, I saw Mr. Lambert earlier, but then I lost track of him. So I want to thank him and Mr. King, Ms. Burke, our faculty at the middle school. We work together to make all those things happen, and faculty here at the high school. So anyway, I want to thank them for their support. We're going to close our program and the event for today with Mary's Little Boy Child in a calypso fashion.